Only the individual can feel. Only the individual can offer a vibration. Only the individual can accomplish a point of attraction. It is individual. It is so individual. Individuals use each other to justify their vibration, or to enhance, or to influence. But there is a sort of conditional adjusting that's taking place. See, here's the way that it would work perfectly. Esther keeps getting these 4-second, 6-second, 10-second glimpses of this, where a group of people, let's call you everyone on planet Earth, or 10 of you, it doesn't matter. A group of people understands emotion, cares about the way you feel, and consistently finds alignment so that you are aligned, tuned in, tapped in, turned on. Receptive mode, receptive mode, receptive mode. And law of attraction responding to you. So now, law of attraction is responding to you, and you are so in sync with your vortexual version. In other words, all that you've been asking for, all that you want, understood by source. But the important factor here is understood by source and not contradicted by you right here, right now. So now, law of attraction is doing its work, which means you as individuals are rendezvousing with the perfect people at the perfect times in the perfect places for the creation of what you individually want. You see, not caring about those that right now aren't a match to that, not caring about those who want differently than you do. You just doing the only thing that matters to you, get into the receptive mode so that you can receive clearly with good timing the impulse for right time, right placement, for the delicious rendezvousing with others and the forming of your teams. That's how you want to form your teams. You want law of attraction to form your teams. Most of you form your teams by looking around for people who need to be part of a team. Oh, you got a weakness? Come with us. You got another weakness? Come with us. Oh, come with us. We'll shore you up. And then you end up with this big clump of weak ones. So what you want to do is get yourself in the receptive mode and then let law of attraction assemble your team. And understand that your team will be ever-changing to satisfy the individual preferences that you are defining all day, every day. Oh. Even in something as intimate and personal and as important as relationship or family, you are still only capable of your own receptive mode. But you see, here's the thing. You're really going to like this. In your coming together with them, in your co-creating with them, you've put plenty of stuff in your vortex about them. All that cooperative, delicious stuff about those people are in your vortex. And when you are in the receptive mode, now law of attraction is giving you the inspiration to rendezvous. And to the degree that you demonstrate it, because words don't teach, only it's life experience that teaches, to the degree that you demonstrate it, then you may inspire your team to more alignment, so you'll find yourself rendezvousing more and more and more. Esther is really enjoying the evolution of her grandchildren, especially her granddaughter right now, who is not very interested in Esther. And Esther wants that to be okay with Esther. She wants to free her from Esther's opinion. Esther wants her opinion to free Kate from needing to jump through hoops to please grandmother. Esther wants to demonstrate alignment, and Esther knows that Kate finds plenty of alignment, and they have delicious rendezvous and such fun, such collective fun and harmony. But you can't force it, and you can't schedule it, and you can't demand it. You just have to allow it and let universal timing of things take care of it, you say. Where so often in families and relationships, there is a control factor. We're going to do this, and we're going to be a family, and we're going to sit around this table, and we're going to agree on what we're going to do, and we're going to be nice to each other. And we say, no, you're not. You're not. You're going to individually follow the strongest vibration that's going on within you. But one who's connected to the stream is more powerful, more influential than a million who are not. So as you tend to your own vibrations, you'll find plenty of rendezvousing with them who weave in and out of alignment. They weave in and out of alignment. Everyone does. Everyone weaves in and out of alignment. in and out of enlightenment, in and out of alignment. But the more you care about it and the more you practice it, the more you will begin to notice your delicious co-creating with others. By you understanding that Source has your back and all of theirs too, and that the receptive mode's the only thing that matters, and by demonstrating your interest in you being in the receptive mode, that's your greatest value to anyone else. By telling it like it is, law of attraction, attraction-based universe, vibration matters, we're emitting signals all the time. How we feel indicates what we're emitting. There's a gap that we want to close. In other words, they got to understand that. Otherwise, if their guidance system isn't something that they're consciously aware of, then they're like a cork bobbing on a raging ocean. They're all over the place in it. So demonstrate through the clarity of your example what you mean. Oh, when you are clear, what comes out of your mouth is meaningful, you see. Your value to them is to free them to their individual alignment with their individual inner beings. And there is a possibility that once they find alignment, that then their team will be enhanced. There's also a possibility that in each individual's perfect alignment, they may scatter as they are not in alignment with one another. And that's a good thing. You have a human sentiment that has been expressed over and over again that goes, if you love them, set them free. And if they come back, that's a good thing. And we say it's a good thing whether they come back or not. If you love them, set them free to their own creation, while you put your nose in the only business that is yours, which is alignment. If you can help them to understand the concept, the law, the reality, the probability, the possibility, the deliciousness, the perfection of unconditional alignment, unconditional clarity, unconditional love. If you can acquaint them with their emotions and help them to understand that their guidance is working, if you can convince them that every day of their life experience, we'll give you an example. Some years ago, Esther and some friends hired a makeup specialist to come and talk to them about color as it was personalized. And Esther didn't realize it at the time, but this woman was reading vibration. And she understood the vibration in color. And she had broken the color palette into 4 segments. Most people fall into one of those categories. Became very popular for a while of summer and winter and spring and autumn. And they took off their makeup and they put cloths on their heads to pull their hair back out of the way. And then they put these drapes across them that were specially dyed. And it was so obvious when you were in the wrong drape. It was so obvious. If you were in the wrong one, it made big blotches under your eyes. Your skin was all kinds of different colors. And when you got in a compatible harmonics with who you were, your skin tone smoothed out, the lines went away, your mustaches disappeared. In other words, it was obvious. It was like magic, but it was real and it was obvious and it was undeniable. And then she gave them these for each. Esther took home a summer long string of dyed fabrics. And the woman said, don't go to the store and try to match these fabrics with anything. Instead, just lay them out on your garment. And if neither the swatches or the garment stand out one from the other, then it's harmonic, then it is a blend. This is the reason we're telling you this long story. She said, when you go home and you lay the swatches out on the clothing that you wear, you're going to discover that almost everything that you wear and really like is in your palette, because you can feel the harmonics of that. So this is what we want to say to all of you about the path of least resistance that you've been following. You've been doing really good. Don't listen to us and make any assumption that you haven't been making right decisions all the way along. Because what messes people up, what makes you not trust yourself, is that so many people are wanting to take conditions and identify them as right and wrong. And we want you to understand that a path of least resistance when you're in one vibrational place, would inspire a behavior or an action or an impulse that's different than if you're standing in another place. That's what we've been saying all along about the emotional scale. When you're in despair, anger is a step in the right direction. And yet there are many books written about don't let yourself ever be angry. And we say, then that's saying don't ever let yourself move from a vibration that's lower and denser to a higher vibration. So you've been getting it more right than you've been getting it wrong. And your impulses are right on for you because you are all naturally, selfishly oriented. You are all leaning in the direction you want to feel better. You do. And every decision you make is because you believe in the making of it that you will feel better. And sometimes something that is a short-term decision, in other words, if you've got a job that you really don't like, and you think, oh, I would just like to slam the door and walk away from this, we say, is that really the path of least resistance? To all of a sudden be without income, all of a sudden be floating without some backup. Well, it's not the path of least resistance. That's out of the frying pan into the fire. That's more resistance. But long term, you could say, this is temporary. This is not where I'm always going to be. If you can teach them, first, law of attraction. Next, emotion and what it means, guidance system. Next, unconditioned. And next, path of least resistance. You will give them the formula for success no matter what it is they are doing. And so you can move through the most dysfunctional of environments with people who aren't clear-minded, who aren't doing what they usually do or what you want them to do or what you've asked them to do or what they usually do. You can be in a sea of dysfunction, but steady in it, you see. So that's really what you're reaching for. You want to practice it enough that no matter what, you're in vibrational alignment with who you are. And so what if you're not? What is the worst case scenario really? Don't make Esther think about that. What is the worst case scenario? In other words, inconvenience, maybe time lost, maybe redefining. You hold so tightly to what you have or what you believe that you are that often you don't allow yourself the evolution into something that really is a better answer to who you now are. And sometimes when you're carrying things around with you, possessions, things, even relationships, but most of all beliefs, you prevent yourself from the discovery of the new, clear, more adventurous, more satisfying path by clinging to the things that you have decided are so important, you see. You want to be a free floater in this universe of ideas. You want to be a ready receiver for the new ideas that are coming to you, not holding and clinging to what once was the best translation. We want you to look future into your vortex, not back into present tense. Not backwards into present tense. Not backwards into present tense. Yeah. Finding a way to understand that vibration is really what the ultimate step 4 experience is. It's also what the really ultimate being in the now, in your greatest empowerment is. So often, people are wanting to help others, and in doing so, giving their attention to them where they are. Well, that's just fine, as long as giving your attention to them where they are doesn't cause your vibration to shift to where they are. So, empathy offered from any other place than pure alignment is counterproductive to what your intentions are. Nice to know. Yeah.